Okay, now we're going to take a look at three variables of this experiment to give it some context. So specifically, we want to talk about the rate of acceleration of an object rolling down an incline with the variable, the angle of the incline measured theta, with the value of g, which we know the accepted value of the rate of acceleration of an object ignoring the effects of air resistance on Earth at sea level is going to be 9.81 meters per second squared. So we're going to look at some of the properties of a ramp to figure out how we can do this. Now, just to remind, why do we want to make an incline? Well, why did Galileo want to do this? Is because if an object starting from rest at some height from an elevated platform, such as a tower, if it was dropped, the distance, which can be easily measured here, the displacement, we know that if it's dropped from rest, that the time it takes for an object to free fall under the influence solely of gravity, this trip, the delta t, is over in an instant. Very hard to do when you're measuring objects in time, when you're making time measurements using water clocks and sand dials. Whereas by observing an accelerated motion down an incline, the time measurements can be recorded much easier using the technology at the time because it's going to slow it down. So as it turns out, the experimental value of acceleration is going to be directly proportional to g, and it's also directly proportional to the sine of the angle of the incline, which I'll do that on the next page. You could also say that g is inversely proportional to the sine of the angle of the incline. So here is just a simple diagram with dimensions of an incline, where so if we have horizontal ground level and we make a ramp that is inclined at some angle theta, which I mean, that could be measured. It could be measured with a protractor, but there is another way to approximate very close. You can approximate this angle theta if you know a couple dimensions. If you know the height of the ramp and you know the length of the ramp, well, we know by definition, and this is something you learned a long time ago, the sine of the angle is the ratio of the height of the ramp divided by the length of the ramp. So this is a way that if you're not comfortable using trigonometric functions, you can literally just do a couple measurements here. You can measure height very, very easily. You can measure length very, very easily. So you don't even need a calculator to come up with this relationship. Now, let's take a look at a couple special case inclines. Okay, it's always fun to look at special cases. So what if our height of our incline was 0? Well, that means if we just take our ramp and drop it down to 0. So it's not even going to be a ramp at this point, right? If height is 0, the length, the ratio of 0, right? The ratio of 0 over L, I don't care what it is, but if your angle theta is 0, the sine of that is going to be equal to 0. Now, what if we took our ramp and made it perfectly vertical, right? Well, if we did this, then our ramp would actually, the object would not, right, roll down the incline. It would fall straight down in free fall. So this case is very, very interesting, where if the height of the ramp was equal to L, the object would not roll down the ramp, but it wouldn't even touch the surface. It would just slip straight down through air, and we would look at a free fall problem. So what does this look like? So if the height was equal to L, our angle theta would be 90 degrees, and the object would fall straight down. And you can verify this, that the sine of the 90 degrees is equal to 1. So, well, let's take a look at that. Why don't we plug in these values? Let's look at this first case. If our ramp was not a ramp, and you put an object on it, what would the acceleration be? Well, no, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to be at rest, sitting on, basically, it's not a ramp, now it's a table. And so what would your expected experimental value be? Well, it would be g times the sine of 0. Yeah, so your experimental value, this isn't rocket surgery here, if your ramp is a table, it's not going to accelerate. So you could expect that to be. Now, if your angle was 90 degrees, right, sine of 90 equal to 1, your experimental value of acceleration would be g times 1. So, hey, so we can kind of look at all this together and say, okay, so this should make it clear that how the experimental value can be proportional to g by some variable theta. All right, let me pause. Please pause.